Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Talk Time Live with Three Pepper Guys. And what's up, everyone? What's up, Joe? What's up, Charles? Tonight, we got a special guest. We got Soaps and Suds joining us tonight, along with me and Rob.
Yep.
And we're all going to be trying some peppers and reviewing them for you guys.
I got a cool one to try. I don't think it's a real hot one, but it's a cool one.
Oh, it's fine. Which one are you going to be trying tonight, Rob?
The Pernenta Trepidera du Werner. I think I said that right. I may have not said that right. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that one has a really good flavor to it.
Yeah, actually, the seeds that I grew it from came from some pods that Scott Tippett grew during the winter indoors and sent me, and they were smaller pods and had a cool teardrop shaped look to them, and I really enjoyed them. So I decided that was for sure on my grow list, and grew out 2 plants. One of them pretty much almost died. The other one had troubles, but it came back around enough to produce some pods, and I have the first 2 that came off it, and I have another one on the plant that's even larger that's ripening, but it wasn't ready to pick yet.
I think that one's a macadam, right?
I'm not sure. I think so, though. Or definitely is by the flower.
I know that's. Wait, let me see. I'm looking up some information about it right now.
It's got the flowers that look like ahi flowers.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And which one are you trying tonight, Soaps and Suds?
I got a little Scotch bonnet here. And I've also got a cow horn that somebody gave me that's ripening out.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up? I'm in the pain. Thanks for tuning in. And then the pod I got tonight is the Trinidad Congo Red. It's like a habanero type variety, but way hotter. This is one of the off pheno ones. I have like 5 more on the plant out there, and they're huge. They're like as big as golf balls. I'm waiting for them to ripen up, but I picked this one yesterday, so I want to eat this one. It has some cool looking lobes on it. I'll be trying that one.
This is the Pernenta Trepidera du Werner, and they still kind of kept a little bit of a teardrop look, but they're just like fat teardrops. But it does kind of have like a smaller tip to it. But those are decent sized ones. But I do have one on the plant that's closer to like golf ball size. That's turning color. It just isn't ready yet.
Hey, what's up, Kenny? How's it going, man?
What's up, Kenny? What's up? I'm into pain.
I never had one of them cow horn peppers you showed. Is that like a sweet type of variety?
No, that one's not sweet. They have a sweet variety.
Oh, okay.
But that one's got heat to it.
That one's typically used like when green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think I've like even seen those for sale, but they're always green.
I eat them when they're red, though.
Yeah. I think most varieties like that have more flavor and more sweetness when they ripen to red.
Kenny said he got some wicked mean looking ghosts about to ripen. I seen that video. He gave a pepper to somebody at his church, I think, and he ate the whole thing, and then he ran to the bathroom.
Yeah, it was a ghost pepper. That was funny.
Yeah.
The kid was like silent the whole time.
Yeah, hey, remember that hot sauce we ate the other night, Rob? It was that the Pex peppers, ghost pepper with the strawberry and What else is it?
Blueberry.
Raspberry or something?
I think it was blueberry and strawberry.
Blueberry. I used some of it on some sweet potatoes, a baked sweet potato the other night, and it was hotter than I remembered.
Yeah, I've used that one a couple times. I really like blueberry sauces. I don't know why, but I like them on like tomato-based like pasta sauce, like some like spaghetti or something. And I first found that out with Charles's Beauregard's Inferno, and I found that that one was just awesome on spaghetti and stuff. And so I thought of it when I saw that Pex Peppers one, and I was like, that's pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna see how it is. It was okay, but it just wasn't the same. I guess it wasn't like the same flavor that I was imagining from Charles's sauce. But I've tried it on a few other things that I really liked it on, and it does have like some solid heat to it.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
What's up, Kyle?
How's it going?
We got quite a few people in the chat right now.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
What's up, everyday Canadian?
What's up, Scott?
I think it's snow up there.
Yeah, I know that it's snowing in a lot of places in Canada, and I was looking at the radar earlier today and I zoomed out because I was trying to see like which way the rain was moving because there's like a big like front moving through rain and stuff all day pretty much, and I was keeping track of that. But when I zoomed out, I looked and like from Colorado up to like Minnesota was like snow in a lot of places.
Hey, Kyle, tonight, and Scott, we're gonna be each trying some peppers and stuff. Do some quick cooking on them. Hey, what's up? What's up, Real Rob Z?
Dang, you beat me to it. I was just about to say that, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But what's up, Rob?
Yeah, we got the Trinidad Congo Red. I'm about to be trying this one tonight. This is the Offino one. It doesn't look like all the others. I just wanted
It's got
to
a really cool shape to it. I really like the lobes on that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. A lot of them have huge lobes on it, almost like a pinwheel or something. And then
Really
the
cool.
big ones outside are like the size of a golf ball, and those look really cool. The ones that are outside.
And the ones I have, I know I already showed them, but the Pernenta Trepidiera Duerner. And those are cool peppers. I haven't tried one yet this season. Those are the first two that came off one of my plants. It only has a few on there, but it's got, again, one close to almost like golf ball size. It's like a pretty good size, like round one.
Yeah, I am curious about
the pepper that's not on the menu tonight. I'm gonna collect seeds from this one, but this is a really disturbed, angry looking Carolina Reaper that I picked. And
that thing looks pretty mean.
Yeah, it does. It looks wicked.
Dang. Yeah, that one looks great. You said that was a weird Reaper or something, or?
yeah, it's just a Carolina Reaper.
Cool.
But all the rest on like all of the plants, which I had 4 or 5. I think I had 5, and then my buddy had like 4 or 5 in the like plot next to mine. And because it's deer season, he's in the woods and too busy to deal with anything. He pretty much told me like I have free reign on like his stuff out there. So I picked a whole bunch of his reapers when I was making that or wanted to make that smoked reaper powder, and I got enough to where I had like a big old pan of them, and did that and smoked them all. And it's so depressing when you have that many peppers. Like I swear it was probably 400, 500 reapers and all of that and all that work, and it only came out to be just this much powder, which I mean that's still a lot considering that it's reaper powder, but it took a lot. A lot of the pods though weren't the biggest. I don't know what it was this season, but we didn't get a whole lot of big reapers. There were some decent ones. I guess the genetics that we grow typically don't produce the biggest ones anyways, but they always have really good shapes, and most of them are really uniform with like the nice pretty tails and stuff. This one is just the most bumpy, gnarly looking one that there was out of all of them, and that one stuck out to me, and I was like, gotta save that one.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. Are you going to be saving seeds or trying to grow that out to see if it continues that weird, or?
I mean, yeah, it would be cool if it would produce more of that pheno. That would be awesome.
It's like an abnormal, like long, thick tail coming out the bottom of it.
Yeah, it does have like kind of a weird tail coming out of it.
Call that one an angry reaper.
Yeah, I saw Jersey Shore Gardener posted pics of a couple that looked very, very similar with the like spiked crown on it.
Yeah, hey, Kenny said, have you guys joined the MeWe app yet? There's a PLC community on there.
Yeah, I've joined that, and they set that one up for whenever the time comes that Google Plus is done away with, but I may post in it some over time just to kind of get more acquainted with the app, but I'm still going to just continue posting in Google Plus and using the Google Plus because it's there and there's no reason to migrate to the MeWe yet.
Yeah, everybody says it's wicked looking. Hey, what's up, Go Ahead?
What's up, Goham?
I know you seen them Steelers earlier. Yeah, I downloaded that MeWe app. It's taken me a little bit to get used to. There's like, I guess because you can make your own emojis and post them, like thumbs up and pepper icons and all types of great stuff. But I think
Yeah, we've not tried the MeWe.
Yeah, here's some of the reapers that are very typical to what the plants that I grow produce. Those are the average looking reapers, and they're much smoother skinned. I mean, they aren't smooth skinned, they're wrinkly and bumpy, but in comparison to that one that I was just showing, they're a lot smoother skinned, have that nice like bell shape with the little skinny tails on them. And they come in a variety of different phenos, but that's like the most common one that I usually end up with.
yeah, go ham. We'll be here for a while. We're gonna be chilling. We're doing some pepper reviews and stuff, and just talking about the end of the season and everything like that. So yeah, if you come back here in a little bit, you might catch us trying out some pods.
Yeah, I might go look around and see if I've got something. I might even go outside with a flashlight and go look around and see if I've got something else cool outside that I can try.
Yeah. Even if it's like a sweeter pepper or maybe something cool that nobody hasn't really seen yet this year.
Here it is. I was trying to trying to look for this picture. This is another good example. Stupid messages. Here's another example of some of the typical reapers that come from the genetics that me and my buddy have been growing for years now.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Maybe 5 years, I think we've had those. I'd already pulled all the stems off those because I was like getting ready to cut them up, but I just had to go outside to take a picture of them because they were just too pretty.
Hey, Kenny said that maybe next year or 2020 he wants to set up some type of pepper festival in Kentucky.
That would be cool.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think there needs to be more stuff like that. Like Even if it's like a branch off of like your local, like a local fair that you got going on, just have like a pepper event or something cool, you know. Like I'm here in South Florida, and there's barely anything to do with like hot peppers. It's crazy. So
I'm like right by Nashville. You would think Nashville, Tennessee would have something because it's like a central location in the country and like big city that's well known across the nation. It's not a huge city, but it's a big city. And they've got a big fairgrounds there too, where they do like a lot of events like that. But I don't think that there's any sort of hot sauce or chili anything. They do the state fair up there, but that's about it.
he said you better come.
I mean, it depends on where it would be in Kentucky, but that could be not too far away. I think like
Do they have anything like that around you up in the Carolinas? Like any type of like hot food festivals or pepper festivals or anything?
I've not seen anything right around our area. Now they had a class on preparing and harvesting peppers at one of our local community areas not too long ago.
Yeah, even Togarashi said there's not even a pepper scene really down there either. You would think with all this the tropical weather they have and different fruits and vegetables available, that there would be some type of like, even if it was like a food festival and you could have your own peppers or hot sauces there.
I mean, the closest thing to that is people like that go to farmers markets.
Yeah,
That's something that's become more popular where you'll see more people that are just specifically selling peppers and stuff.
What? Hey, Rocky said they don't got nothing like that over by him either.
Yeah.
I thought that's like the whole Cajun culture with different spices and everything, like Creole.
Yeah, I would like to see something like that around here. That would definitely be pretty cool.
They had one over in Tampa in St. Augustine, but that's kind of like 4 hours away from me.
Got me a two-hearted ale.
What is that, an IPA?
It's an American pale ale. An APA. Or, yeah, an American IPA is what it is. It's not an American pale ale, but it's not an IPA. It's an American IPA. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I've never seen that. It's usually either American ale or American pale ale, or sometimes they'll just put APA instead of IPA.
American.
I've never seen that. I've had this beer before. It's a good beer. Nice and hoppy.
He said most of the farmers markets are geared towards tourists. No, I bet. I guess it's kind of like that here too. Dang, thanks, Steven. I'm King Neptune. At least he didn't call me.
I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to eat, but I'm thinking that maybe this one because it looks like it's a little bit more dark red. Like that one might be a little bit more ripened than that one. So I'm probably going to eat that one. From what I remember, these ones were incredibly seedy. So I'm going to definitely like scrape out the seeds. Plus, I want to save some seeds. The plant was pretty much isolated, but that's the one I'm going to eat.
Ooh.
And see how it is.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty good. I don't know if that's a wild variety or.
I'm not sure. I'm not for sure, but I think that he might have gotten the seeds because I got the seeds from pods that Scott Tippett grew, and I think that he might have gotten the seeds from maybe Jesus. It's got an interesting smell to it. It's not as seedy as I thought it would be, actually. I'm still going to scrape them out, but maybe it was just because the pods were smaller size before. They seemed like they were way seedy, or maybe just certain ones are seedier than others. But there's realistically only like 10 or 12 seeds in that whole thing. And it's not a whole lot.
Oh,
It's got a nice shape to it and really nice thick walls.
Yeah,
it's got a sweet, the smell kind of honestly reminds me of like an ahi lemon. It's got a very similar smell to an ahi lemon.
I see Stephen Miller's in the chat.
What's up, Steven?
What up?
And let's see, Rocky's asking if you're extending your grow next season.
Who's that directed to? Oh, I see you guys. Me, probably not. I might do the same though. I mean, I had some failures this year as well, so if everything had gone as well as it could have, I would have had a good bit more. Next season, I think I'll do a better job. This is the first time I've ever tried to tackle more than like 30 or 35 plants in a season, so going from that sort of number to like 150 was a pretty big jump, and it was a lot of work, and it was a lot of fun too. So I regret nothing on that, and I think I'll probably keep my number at about the same next year as long as I can use the other gardens that I used this year.
I'm pushing for like 100.
There's the inside of that one. It's got a nice symmetric shape inside. Both sides look like identical. It's pretty neat. But yeah, I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.
So,
The sweetness from that is unlike anything I've ever tasted. It was just a rush of sweet. And I would say it's like very similar to a lot of different ahis in flavor. But it had a certain sweetness that really stood out from as soon as you bit into it until like 10 seconds into chewing. And then it went away into just a typical ahi flavor. The flavor's kind of gone away some, but I can still taste the general ahi flavor. Heat-wise, it had no heat at first, then a little bit of heat, and now it's kind of building. I don't think it's going to build too much, but it's building, and it's like really getting me kind of in the back of my throat, which I hate that feeling, but it's right back at the back of my throat and the tip of my tongue. Probably maybe a little bit hotter than an ahi lemon, or in that same category.
Hey, that's cool. Sounds like did it have any type of sweetness or anything you said? Or?
Do what?
Did it have any type of sweetness?
Ugh. I hate the hiccups. I think I got rid of them. I just had to be quiet for a second. But it had an incredible sweetness at first. It was like an explosion of sweet that is unlike anything that I could even use to reference it. Probably one of the sweetest peppers that I've ever tasted.
Dang. It sounds like
I don't know. It had almost like a candy taste to it, but it was maybe in between a cherry and an apple type flavor, which I know that's kind of a weird comparison, but that's like the best that I could think of something to compare it to. But very, very sweet.
Was the plant like loaded up?
No, because neither of the plants did good. I imagine well taken care of plant can get huge and really loaded up. And Scott Tippett told me that he's got one in one of his in-ground beds, and he said that thing got huge and completely loaded up with them. So, and I think that the pod size can vary. From what I've seen on my plant, it looks like it can vary because I've got some that are smaller than these, and I've got some that are bigger than these. But the biggest one that I've seen so far is the one that I'll be picking in the next day or two if it ripens. It's just taking a long time now that the temps are getting cooler. But it's at least like this big around in comparison to this. It's like probably like twice as big around as that.
Hey, those do look like little cherries.
Yeah. This one's a little bit lighter red than the one that I just ate, but they get a really nice red color to them.
Hey, what's up,
And it's also neat because they look pretty the whole time that they're growing. And I'm sure that I'll get the opportunity to try one that isn't ripe before the end of the season because it's going to get cold soon and I'll just have to pick whatever. And they seem to take a really long time to ripen. I'm trying to let as many ripen as I can. Those are the first two that I've picked, and there's only one more turning color. But when they grow on the plant, they're like a yellowish white color, like a creamy off-white. So they're really pretty the whole time that they're growing.
Yeah, I don't know if they're annuum or bacatum. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't find anything. That's why I thought they were a wild variety.
Nah, I think they're probably bacatum.
What up, Julian?
I need to look up those as well and try and figure out something. Let me see that thing. Yeah, it literally had 12 seeds in it. I like guessed perfectly. That wasn't very many at all. If all of them are low seed count like that, then that would be awesome. But I guess it doesn't really matter too much because they've got really thick walls. So even if it has a fair amount of seeds in there, the thick walls kind of like mask the seeds some. I just hate little peppers like that that have so many seeds inside of them. It just kind of bothers me. They're good for certain things, but as far as just fresh eating, I hate biting into something and having a mouthful of seeds.
Yeah, I hear you, man, on that. What's up, West PA?
Up West PA Pyro?
Which pepper did you say you had? Soaps and suds. You had the cow horn and the Scotch.
Yeah, we got the cow horn and the Scotch bonnet.
Cool.
I don't know what the viewers would rather see first, Scotch bonnet or cow horn. I'm
Or you
sure
could do
they'll
both.
let us know.
Or just do both of them.
Oh, I plan to do both. It's just which one goes first.
I would say start with the cow horn just since it's going to be lower heat.
Yeah.
Hey, West
Now,
PA, they made some pepper butter.
I don't know.
He actually sent me some of that pepper butter, and it was freaking delicious. That was really awesome stuff. Super sweet, really good just to like spread on anything. Or just eat it out of the jar with a spoon.
BD, are you planning on expanding your growing season?
Mine's basically just starting. I'm hoping to get 100 plants out there. I have like I'm basically gonna make like as many 5 to 7 gallon fabric containers as I can, and then whatever doubles I got or triples of varieties, I'm gonna put them in like just like 2 gallon buckets or something, or like 3 or 4 gallon buckets. I got them from for free from Sam's Club. I got like maybe 54 gallon buckets. So I'll fill all the buckets up with my doubles and triples I got of different varieties. And but yeah, I should have plenty of stuff going on here soon. I've been trying to keep as busy as I can, but yeah, it's a lot of work, especially with putting them in containers, because I got to make my own mixture too. I have like 3 4 cubic foot bags of perlite, like 20 50 pound bags of black cow composted manure. Then I got 4 cubic yards of dirt. So I got tons of material to move and mix, and I'm going to be very busy.
What you need to do is you need to just use a wheelbarrow and just make a wheelbarrow full mix each time, and then fill as many pots as you can from that wheelbarrow, and then make another thing instead of like mixing for each individual container.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I got tons of those like storage totes for mixing stuff. I got maybe like 20 of those like 30-gallon storage totes. I was probably gonna mix up a bunch of batches and then just have them on deck. So
Well, yeah, you could do that to store it, but I'm just saying that like to mix more at once would probably be easier in something like a wheelbarrow.
yeah, I just got a really nice wheelbarrow. I think it was like a Cobalt one. Like it's a solid metal one with the metal handles on it, and it has one of those tires where it never goes flat.
It's probably too late since they've got Christmas stuff out, but I was going to say you could get like one of those plastic kiddie pools and use that to mix dirt in. That way you could mix like a whole bunch.
I got I was at Harbor Freight and I got like 4 tarps for like $4, like huge, like 6x6 tarps. I got like 4 of them for like $4. So I just been pouring all the stuff onto that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if they get all ripped up or anything.
Yeah, I guess $1 a tarp, it's not really a big deal.
Oh yeah. Sometimes they give them you for free, bro. Like you go in there, you buy something for like $1, $2, and they'll just give it to you.
Really?
Yeah, because they give you like coupons and stuff, like in the mail or on their website, and they just scan it and you get something for free.
I think that we've been through this, and I think I looked them up, and I think there's one somewhere. I need to see that.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat from a week ago said they got their greenhouses from Harbor Freight. Hey, Kenny said he's going to grow his primos in a plastic kiddie pool.
He's going to grow what?
He's going to grow his 7-pot primos in a plastic kiddie pool. like a raised bed.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, and you could probably do like 4 plants or so in a plastic kiddie pool, depending on the size of it. I'm just imagining like the size of a normal one. I would put 4 plants in there, 5 max. Like, I think 4 would be the best, though.
Hey, West PA said if anybody wants a jar, I think of his pepper butter to hit him up.
That pepper butter was delicious.
Was it like actual like a butter or more of like an apple butter type of thing?
Yeah, it's more like a apple butter type thing, like kind of just like a spread that's like in a jar.
That's good.
I'm trying to see if they've got.
Yeah, even West PA said +1 at Harbor Freight.
So here is a look inside that cow horn from the side. I'll cut it open here in a bit. I just cut the tail off of it. There's the end of the tail. Which these things are good. They have a sweet taste initially, and then they have a little bit of heat. Obviously, if you eat more of it, you get more heat.
Was it like crunchy, like a
Yeah,
a
it's
green
crunchy.
jalapeno?
Yep.
Yeah, that was good right there.
Yeah, I remember I definitely did look up Harbor Freight, and there is one that's like probably 30 or 45 minutes away. And I think that I remember like going even further into that and like saying that there's some Walmart that's right over by there that I've been wanting to go to for a long time because they have the Packy ghost pepper chips. I like called around because the Walmart by me doesn't have them, and I called them, talked to them, and then they like looked it up or like made a call or something, told me to call this other place, and I called them, and they carry them. I would definitely call before going just to make sure because it is like a long trip to a side of town that there's no point in going there. It's kind of like near the ghetto, but
Hey, Larry, was that pepper like something where like you would want to cook with it, or it's like you would eat it fresh?
Well, I mean, I'd eat it, turn it into powder.
So you
Um,
could cook with it.
I don't know if people pickle them.
Oh, that'd probably be really good. Pickled cow horns, peppers. That'd be really good, probably.
yeah, they would pickle great. And I was gonna say what I would use those for is like cooking with fresh, or they'd be a great additive to salsa for people that don't care for as much heat.
Yeah, you could do a salsa and replace the bell peppers with the cow horns.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Bear?
So
What's going on, Bear?
there's what the two halves of it look like cut up.
Oh man, yeah. You said it has a little bit of heat to it.
Yeah, obviously, the more of it you eat, the more heat you get.
Hey, what's up, Gage? Yeah, we had a little late start, but it's all cool. We're chilling. We were just doing some reviews. Rob just did the Trapadiurna pepper, and
Trepidero du Werner.
yeah, what he said.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that I'm saying that right. It's this one. They're neat little peppers.
And then Larry just did the cow horn, and then I got this awesome Trinidad Congo Red. I'm about to eat. This is like the off Pinot one right here, but it got some cool lobes on it. I said earlier I got like 5 more on the plant. They're like as big as a golf ball, so I'm gonna pick those this week. But we just wanted to have a couple things to try for tonight for you guys.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
out and search in the dark here in a few minutes and see if I can find something.
yeah, the heat's already died down on that, and it was just on the tongue.
Yeah, I
Find
picked.
something gnarly, Rob.
Oh, I've
Something
got
wicked.
I've got not that many that are ripening at my house since the last time I picked, and since the temps have been in like the 50s and 40s at night and stuff. Uh, Stuff slowed down like dramatically. I've got some stuff out there that's wicked, but it's like a third of the way ripe, and I'm not gonna pick it until it's ripe, or at least closer, and then let it ripen inside. I'll go see. I might have something wicked out there. I'll just have to look around.
You want me to take that in
Stephen Miller saying eat that Reaper, Rob. Hey, show Gage and Aaron and West PA like all the
I
new.
hate to even show it because then everybody's gonna try and pressure me to eat it, but I'm not gonna.
You don't gotta eat it. It just looked really
But
cool.
yeah, this is this Reaper that I picked the other day, and I'd picked a whole bunch of them, and this was the only one that came out looking like this off of that plant, and it's got these gnarly spikes on it. I was saying before, I think I remember Jersey Shore Gardener posted a picture of some that looked very similar to that, but it's got a gnarly shape to it. I know the camera on the computer doesn't do it justice, but you can still see the spikes on it. It's pretty wicked. Yeah, see, there goes Gage. No way.
Rob can put that in his powder, and then you can get the powder off of him and eat it.
I'm not going to powder this one. I'll probably eat it, but not tonight. I'll probably eat it tomorrow, like with some food. Because I can handle the Reapers, no problem. I'm just not going to eat one right now. I've had enough spicy stuff today, and I'm drinking a few beers, and I know that eating that's a poor judgment call. Even though it's not the biggest one, it sometimes is surprising how hot those little ones can be. It seems like those little ones are worse than the big ones at times.
Yeah, that
It's
one's
still a Reaper, is basically what I was trying to say. It's a Reaper.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Double A, Aaron.
What's up, Aaron?
Yo, Aaron, he's doing a lot of cool stuff on his channel coming up. I think
Yeah, I saw when I was clicking into the to pull up the chat, I saw that he had uploaded some video earlier today of some sandwich, looked like some sandwich challenge or something. Looked pretty cool. I'll have to watch that later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to his videos, man. I know he likes to do some of them challenges and stuff. Rob said that's a nasty, nasty pepper, man. Yeah, that thing looks cool. Looks like it has some spikes on the top of it.
It does have spikes. It has like a like spiked crown to it, and it's like the whole way around it is just spikes. Like up there at that top part is just all pure gnarly spikes the whole way around, and they like stick out like considerably far. It doesn't have the prettiest tail on it, but I mean it's pretty gnarly. Even though it's not a like perfectly shaped Reaper. Oops. I hate this thing camera window.
Oh, he said it was a breakfast challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the like notification or suggested video pop up. I haven't checked my notifications today. I went fishing instead of doing other stuff today. It was raining and I still went fishing. I just fished in the rain and said screw it. It was worthwhile though. I had a good time. I've been meaning and needing to get out fishing more recently. I just hadn't.
Yeah, you wake up, do the breakfast challenge, and you go right back to sleep from eating all the food. Yeah, the Mason chain pepper. You got that spiky ball on that chain, and then when they swing it from medieval times.
Yeah. It would be crazy if they just like grew out like that next year, like almost all of them on a plant. I'll grow like not all of my Reapers from that, but I always grow at least like 4 or 5 Reaper plants. So I may grow more next year, honestly. I love having Reapers for different things. They didn't do so good this year. I was pretty disappointed, and I would say a good third of every pepper had insect damage too. Which,
oh man, bro! Speaking of insect damage, remember I was telling you guys about that SBJ7 that took like 3 weeks to ripen.
Yeah.
Man, I picked it 2 days ago, and I was so excited. It had this really bright red on it. And then I brought it inside and I looked underneath it, and there was a mini hole in it, like the size of like a needle. So I went to look at it, and I seen a little tiny worm that crawled out of it. So I didn't even get to try it.
Dang.
Yeah, I was pretty mad about that because that was the only pod on that whole plant that I got. And it was big, though. It was like the size of a golf ball, but I'm not going to eat none of it when the worm was inside of it.
Yeah.
But I will, since it had an awesome pheno, like a UFO flying saucer type pheno. It's pretty true to form, too, by what I've seen online and a bunch of reviews. I'm going to just cut it open and take the seeds out.
Yep. That's what I do with a lot of the insect damage ones.
I'm just disappointed. I wanted to taste it, because I heard it has all the flavor of a Scotch bonnet, but the heat of a Jonah.
You can always eat off the other side opposite from where the hole
Man, I
was.
still have the pepper. I was thinking about it, man. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, for the Monday live stream with the real Rob Z.
You can always just cut it open and see how it looks inside. And I mean, usually the like different walls and the placenta like create dividers.
Yeah, Kenny said I should have ate the worm. Yeah, I should have, man. But tomorrow I'll eat a piece of it on the live stream that wasn't messed up because I want to be able to taste it. But tonight I have that Trinidad Congo Red. It's basically, I think it's a more like a tropical, like more spicy habanero type. I've ate one before earlier, like a couple weeks ago, but I'm not sure if I did it on any of the live streams or anything.
I think I'm going to search for a pod.
Yep. There you go. There's the Scotch bonnet cut in half. Don't know if y'all can see that.
Oh,
It's a little devil.
Yeah, you guys have some really nice cap-looking Scotch bonnets.
Definitely. I seen a lot of those cap Scotch bonnet. I said Scotch bonnet. Scotch bonnets. They called them Jamaican squash peppers.
Yeah.
And it's like a totally different type of pepper. But he said those are really hot, though. And the Jamaican squash peppers aren't as hot as a regular Scotch bonnet. Oh, yeah, he said the same thing. He had a hole eaten on one side, but still perfect on the inside.
I'm going to go look around for something out there. I'm sure that I have some sort of pepper that I can pick. I've got like a bunch of plants to choose from. I know I have some different ahis and stuff, but I'm going to try and like find something different. I might have, I don't know. I'm going to go look and see if I have something else cool.
Oh, all right.
I know I have like, I just ate one of those the other day, the New Mex lemon spice jalapeno. I know I've seen there were a few more on there that were pretty much ripe today.
Man, I got a couple cool ones about to ripen too, man. I'm excited to be able to try them. I never did before. I got a big black mama. That one's ripening. It's almost fully chocolate. So I'll give it a couple more days. Then I got a gnarly looking gator jigsaw. It looks different than the other people's I've seen posted. This one's like a wicked looking one. What else do I got out there? I got some golf ball size Trinidad Congo Reds that are coming in. I just picked some really small Bohemian goats and yellow MOAs. They were really small, I picked those. They were like the size of like a quarter. I picked them.
I think I'm gonna get a King Star Stargazer. I'm pretty sure that I have one of those that's ripe, or at least mostly ripe. They kind of like transition from green to red, and they go through this like orangish red stage, which they're still pretty much ripe. They just aren't like fully ripe. I think I remember some of those being on there. That would be a good one.
Yeah. Check it out. We'll be here.
I'll be right back.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up, man. We appreciate it. Whenever Rob comes back, I'll try a piece, or I'll eat half of this Trinidad Congo Red. Here's what it looks like. Like that was just the bottom, but here's what it looks like on the side. It has like some cool looking lobes on it. Like basically everything I've been getting this year, I've just been cutting it up and just mixing it in with food, or I froze a bunch of them too. I'm trying to make some sauce here when I get enough of different pods and stuff.
So here's a piece of that Scotch bonnet.
Oh, nice. That's a big piece, man.
It's got a fin. It's fin skinned, and it is pretty wicked looking on the inside. So we'll give that a try. And that's probably gonna set my fields ablaze. I've already had a tango with it once.
Oh, I like that fork you got too, man. The little mini pepper fork.
So yeah, them things got a lot of juice in them. Yeah, I taste the heat creeping to the back of my throat where that last pepper, that cowhorn, didn't get me. So where the cowhorn didn't get me, I'm feeling heat.
You said more. Yeah, well, yeah, more than the cowhorn, but was it any bit sweet at all, or maybe
No.
citrusy, or?
No. It's got a load of juice. Let me see if there's any more of it, and I'll try it on the other side where I didn't have the cowhorn and see if I taste any more of the heat on my tongue, because it's hard to describe it on the back of your throat.
Yeah, hey, them yellow Scotch bonnets are great too with cooking. Like you could slice them up really thin or dice it up, mix it into some sautéed veggies, or even eat it fresh. Cut it up, put it in like a relish. You know, you could cut up, put it in some coleslaw. I think the yellow Scotch bonnets taste very fresh and bright, so you can do so much stuff with them.
Yeah, it may be that that's a smaller pod.
Yo, what's up,
But I'll
Chris?
try on the other side. So there's another piece of it.
Oh man, hey, you guys gonna be growing that again next year, right?
Yeah.
Chris spelled I think yo wrong, and he put moo. Moo.
Yeah, I'm tasting the heat now on the other side of my mouth where I didn't have that cow horn.
Which one was crunchier, Scotch bonnet or the cow horn?
The cow horn was crunchier. the Scotch bonnet, as it turns from green to yellow, it loses its crunch. It becomes rubbery. So I tasted a little bit of sweetness, but that was from the green part of the Scotch bonnet. Once they turn from green, they lose their sweetness.
Is it not hurting your teeth?
That one's not.
Dang.
But I didn't taste it where I ate that cow horn. I taste it over here and in the back of my throat, where the cow horn didn't get me.
I don't know, it got me in the throat that time, but it made my teeth hurt.
Yeah, this side's hurting a little bit, but it's not excruciating. But I didn't eat as much as I did last time.
Yeah.
Because the last time I ate a whole pod. I ate half of a larger pod.
Yeah, it was good.
We just cut it in half and.
Yeah, I love them Scotch bonnets. The one I had like the yellow MOA, but it wasn't really like true to anything that I've been seeing everybody else have. So I've been getting some weird shapes on everything. But they taste really good though. They taste really good.
Yeah, we're planning on we're wanting to try to overwinter that Scotch bonnet plant.
Dang, Chris said a gas company tore his garden up with a fence while he was working. Dang, that sucks, bro. Because I remember your updates. They were in like containers too. Because I asked him, I was like, "Is your season over?" Because I know everybody in that area said the temperatures were getting down in like the 40s at nighttime.
There he is.
How cold is it? Substance says, how cold is it up by you guys at nighttime?
It's been getting in the 40s.
What's up, Chris?
He was saying some gas company tore his garden up with a fence while he was at work. Oh, they were putting pipelines down. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me you said you went outside?
Yeah, I went and got some peppers.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Chris showed up. I'll try out this. Oh, dang. Julian said he has a high of 52 with rain. I hate that cold rain, man. I hate cold rain.
Yeah, it was like a high of 52 with like cold rain the other day here. We had the same exact kind of weather. And then today it was like 70 degrees and raining, which was nice. I went out and went fishing, and it was like a light, constant rain. Wasn't very much, but it was just constant all day.
Here's what the inside of this one looks like right here. This is the Trinidad Congo Red. As soon as
nice.
Yeah, bro. As soon as I cut it open, like the smell just hit your nose. Like it smelled like more of a pleasant habanero without that sharpy bitter taste or smell. Because when you habanero, when you cut that thing open, it has like that classic, almost floral habanero smell. I'm gonna eat half of this pepper right here. I'm gonna take a couple seeds. There was only like 6 seeds in this pod. It's not that big. It's only about 1.5 inches wide. Hey, Julian. Yeah, I think it is, bro. Let me see it. There we go, right here. This is half the pod. Like you can see it shining. You see it? The top part of it shining.
Yeah.
I don't know if my camera is.
It looks like there's not a whole lot of placenta on the inside of the walls.
Yeah. Here's the other half with the. Here's the other half with the
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like on the inside of the walls are still very red.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the smallest one that I've got off the plant the whole season. I just wanted to be able to try something tonight for everybody. I don't think I've ate this one on a live stream yet. So here we go. This is the Trinidad Congo Red. Hmm. Yeah, it got a little bit of heat to it, but it's good. It doesn't have like that typical habanero flavor like everyone always says. Um, when I first was chewing it and I was swallowing it, the heat was in the back of my throat. Now it's just on my tongue and nowhere else. It's not in the back of my throat at all. It's just almost on the sides of my tongue, and it's making my mouth water a lot. Um, it had a slight sweet taste when I was eating it. Um, really crunchy and juicy too. I don't think it was. I don't think it was any bit bitter at all. It tasted more of like a tropical habanero. I don't think this is hotter than a red Savina. I don't think at all. This ain't hotter than a red Savina habanero, or I don't think this is hotter than a Caribbean red. So I would put this below both of those varieties. But this is a really nice pepper. I'm going to be growing this one again next year. I know that there's a chocolate variant, but I didn't want to get into that one because I heard that the chocolate Trinidad Congo was just another name for a habanero or a Jamaican hot chocolate or something like that. So I chose this one because this one was from Trinidad. And I think it has a very nice flavor. You could chop it up, eat it fresh. I don't know if you would want to make a powder out of that because you could just eat them how they are. Honestly, you could make a sauce out of it, but I think it would be pretty mild after you would add vinegar or salt or whatever you would want to it. I think it's a really good pepper to eat fresh. Like if you cut it up in some type of food or cooked it into a dish, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, just like mince it up as a fresh garnish. That's like one of my favorite things to do with almost any pepper. As far as like sweeter and hotter varieties, I really like just mincing them up and sprinkling them over top of like whatever I'm eating.
Like the heat is already on the way down. I'll even eat the other half. Let me scrape some of these seeds out because I might grow like 5 of these next year and try to do something with it. I have one plant out there right now.
It'd probably be good for salsa.
Yeah, dude, this would be a great pepper for salsa. This would easily replace jalapeno or habanero in a fresh salsa.
Yeah.
Really good. Like I said, as soon as I've been getting pods, I've been eating them. I probably pulled only like 30 pods off the plant the whole season. But here we go. Yeah, I got like 6 seeds out of this pot right here. So I'm gonna eat this other half right here. This one might be hotter because there's a little bit more placental tissue in it. So here we go. This one's even juicier.
Is it
This
crunchy?
side's not as sweet as the other side.
It had more placenta to it.
Yeah, this one's hotter.
Any crunch to the skin?
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, this one had like it was way juicier, but I didn't get no sweetness at all from this one. This one just tasted like, now it's really hot, like around my tongue and in my mouth. I'm getting like that hot breath. You know when you breathe out, it's hot, and then it's all, yeah, it's all like a mouth burn. I don't really feel it at all in my chest. It's not gonna make me sick like at all. Like I already know that. It's not getting hotter. It's just staying at where it's at. I think it's a great pepper. It doesn't have any type of like unpleasant flavor like some people think habaneros have. I think it's more of like a uh, tropical version. It's making me sweat a little bit. I can feel it on my face a little bit. But let me think. What can I compare it to? Yeah, like I said, it's not as hot as a Savina or a Caribbean Red. But it's nice though. It's a nice pepper. Whew.
Still building, or has it gone away, or?
It ain't building, but it's hanging out though.
Yeah.
It ain't building no more, but it's hanging out enough to make my face get a little bit sweaty. I have a feeling though, since that was a smaller one, that's why I'm not getting a lot of heat from it. Maybe whenever I pick the big golf ball size one, I'll do a follow up, and I'll eat a piece of that one and compare the heat and the flavor. But the heat's already going down. It doesn't last long. That's why I like eating them so much fresh, because it's not gonna like wreck your meal or nothing. Like you can actually enjoy with what you're eating with it. Yeah, so that was the Trinidad Congo Red. It's like a habanero, I guess, type of pepper. Yeah, I've actually never even seen anybody in the PLC even mention this one or even say that they were growing it. So I'm glad I got to try it for you guys on the live stream and talk about it a little bit.
I got a few cool ones. I grabbed King pots.
Like I just picked that one yesterday too, so it was a really fresh pepper.
Is my audio like cutting out or something? I hear an echo when I talk, or I did.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, this is one of them. Which I've got two plants. This is the King Star Staracha pumpkin. And these do kind of have a little bit of a pumpkin-y shape, but they're a little more wrinkled and stuff on the edges. I have another plant of them that has much more pumpkin-shaped pods, but they're smaller. These are more light and airy. They're more hollow on the inside. The other ones are denser, smaller, really actually like little squished pumpkin-looking peppers. This one does still have the pumpkin shape, and I like how the stem on it stands like pretty much straight up. It has very little curve to it. But that was one of the ones I went out and grabbed. There was another one that had a little bit better shape, but on the underside it had some green spots. This one's most of the way ripe. It's got a little bit more yellow to it than orange. They do get more orangey like it is on the top in spots if you let them ripen longer. But it's still ripe nonetheless. And then I got the most ripe of the ones that were out there. It's not all the way red, but this is one of the stargazers.
Oh,
And
is that like
what?
a orange?
Huh?
Is that like a orangish color to it?
It looks more orange on here than it really is. It's more red than that, but that's what I was saying. It's like an orangish red, and they do get more of a deep red. It's just because it's been cool outside. It hadn't been ripening stuff the best. And the white tie is the parent plant of that one. And here's a couple. I'll eat these. This is the King Star white tie. And that's how, or they start out kind of a greenish color, then they transition to this white color, start to go to kind of an orangish yellow color, and then ripen to pretty much about this color. I mean, they can get more red, but they take a very long time to get to like actually red. And most people prefer eating them in the white stage, and a lot of them have purple blushing on them. This one didn't have any purple blushing. I should have grabbed one off there that had purple blushing. I just didn't think of it.
Oh,
But
I seen them when they
what,
had the
what the
purple.
stargazer is, though, the genetics of the stargazer is that it's the King Star white tie crossed with the Staracha hornet, which that's one of the King Star Staracha hornets.
Oh man,
And
yeah,
it's
that one
these
was
two
cool.
crossed together is what creates the stargazer. And I've seen a lot of different phenos that people have gotten. This one has more of the just Thai pepper look, but I only had like one seed, and the one plant that I grew came out looking like that, which I really honestly love it the way it is. And the white Thai, the white Thai grows, it grows just clusters of pods. The stargazer does individual pods, like in individual nodes, but it seems like every single node on the plant produces pepper, and it branches out lots of different directions, and that the canopy, it always has a ton of pods just facing all upward, and they stick upward on the plant, and they're really cool looking. They stay a kind of a darkish green. Some of the pods in the sun can get a little bit of dark blushing on them, like how a lot of peppers will do when sun hits them. I think that partly comes from the traits of the white Thai, how the white Thai tends to have the purple blushing on it in the in-between stage. But then when they ripen to red, the blushing goes away. And that's the same with the white Thai. Eventually, uh, once they mature more, a lot of them go to this full white color without any of the purple blushing, and then they make their transition going more into the red stage.
I heard everybody enjoyed them when they were in the white stage rather than the ripe.
Myself personally, I like the ones that are in the red stage better because they have more flavor. And the only thing is, once they get to really red, like when they get actually truly, truly red, they become softer. They lose the crunch. And the white ones have such an awesome crunch to them that they're really great in that stage. The thing with the white ones is if you're going to pick them white and you want to eat them fresh or do anything with them, you pick them when you're going to use them. Because if you let them sit, being that they're underdeveloped and premature pods, the seeds will turn brown on the inside, and you get a bunch of those funky looking seeds on the inside, and it's just not as appetizing, and it also, I feel like, affects the flavor. If you're going to eat the white Thais in the white stage, freshly picked is my favorite way to eat them.
Yeah, I got one. I think I got like two of them grown. They're like in double cups, about like 6 inches tall. Like I'm gonna do an update coming up for the PLC to show. I don't want people to think like I ain't got nothing going on. I just lack on posting stuff because it's nothing like that nice like everybody else is posting. I'm just waiting to move everything outside. I probably got like over 50 double cups I got to bring outside here soon. So, oh, and also too, speaking of outside plants, I remember mentioning to you guys I had those mites on a couple plants. So over the weekend, I trimmed back a bunch of them. I just hacked them back, trimmed off all the dying branches and a bunch of leaves, and I was gonna just toss them all out, but I want to see if they'll recover. My next step is to spray them down, but yeah, I don't know, man. Those things are crazy. They'll ruin the whole plant.
And yeah, Chris, to answer your question, I haven't quit making jerky. Deer season just started, so my buddy's gonna be re-upping on some fresh meat. Plus, I think he still has some in the freezer already, like cut up, or not cut up, but like sliced, but cut into big like roasts that can be put on the slicer to slice for jerky, and that'll happen sometime. Just once it gets to be around deer season, he's too busy in the woods to do anything. It's next to impossible to find the time to make the jerky because it really takes like a day and a half or so because you got to slice the meat and marinate the meat and stuff first. So it takes a while to do that. I can do the dehydrating part at my house. He has the meat slicer and everything over there, so I have to find time to where he has time and I have time and we can hook up, which one of my gardens is over there at his place, so maybe towards the end of the season soon, whenever we get together to do one last like big harvest and rip up the plants and maybe do a cookout or something, we can slice the meat at the same time and might be some jerky in the future.
Hey, Julian said, "Has anybody tried dehydrating bacon?"
Oh yeah, that would work.
But like you cook it first and then dehydrate it?
Honestly, I think that the way that you would do that, if you're going to dehydrate bacon, like it cooks while you're dehydrating it. Because when you do meat, you do it at like 165. But they sell bacon jerky at the stores. There's one in particular that I really like. That's like a maple syrup glazed one.
Hey, Rob,
Yeah.
can you show off that pumpkin pot again?
Yeah.
There you go.
What is that?
It's a King Star Sriracha pumpkin.
Ooh, I lost it.
She didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I've got two different plants that are putting out two different phenos. The other one is smaller pods, but they have more of a uniform pumpkin shape. They're really nice, but they aren't as big as these. I like both of them. I think that these are probably better to grow just because they still pack on a lot of pods, but the pods are larger. I just hate dealing with little pods because the other one is making ones like that big around in comparison to like that. So
Hey, BD,
What's up?
you remember those pepper sproutlings I was telling you about?
The which ones?
The pepper seeds that I had planted that were crosses.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Here's some of them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got a bunch of them sprouted.
Yeah, this is the Tabasco and eBay Reaper, and they're really small.
Oh, cool. You gonna separate them when they get like a little bit bigger?
Yeah, we're probably going to put them into a cracky once they get large enough.
Yeah, hey, be careful with the cracky because maybe do some in cracky and some in keeping a cup because I transplanted them from soil to cracky before and some of them don't make it. Like especially whenever you transfer them out of cracky back into soil.
Yeah.
It's
These are eBay Reaper crossed with Big Bertha, and these have put on some size.
So Big Bertha is like a bell.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That would be interesting because those eBay Reapers are just a Thai pepper. I wonder
Yeah.
what a Thai pepper crossed with a bell would come out like.
hey, that might be something really nice to.
Yeah, like I'm envisioning that it could go one of two ways. It could end up being something that's just like a funky shaped bell with like.
That's what I thought, Rob.
But I don't. Which way did you do it, or did you do it both ways? Which was the parent plant?
So the Big Bertha kept dropping all the buds when we were trying to hand pollinate.
Uh huh.
So it's the parent plant is the eBay Reaper or the Thai.
Okay, well then, yeah, that's the way that I would imagine that cross would go out. Well, it would maybe make like larger Thai peppers that would have less heat.
That'd be cool.
And I mean, that could end up being very cool for like cooking and stuff and just like a seasoning pepper.
Hopefully it won't be as bitter.
I'm sure that the bells will take away from the bitterness that those peppers had.
Yeah, and we crossed the eBay Reaper with some cayenne, and there's those sproutlings.
Oh dang!
Now the Tabasco eBay Reaper crossed. The Tabasco was the parent plant. So my hope is I'll have bigger Tabascos.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Maybe bigger Tabascos that grow in clusters.
Oh, okay.
That would be the best if it turned out bigger Tabascos growing in clusters. I
Here's a
love
little
Tabasco
bonsai.
peppers.
I don't know what pepper this is. I just found it in the garden and bonsai'd it.
I've got an orange Thai that I might dig up for a bonsai. That's a pretty cool one.
Julian said he ate one of his Annabelles today. Is that like a bell pepper variety?
He crossed it himself. I think he said he crossed a Anaheim with a bell.
Oh, dang, that's awesome.
And here's my other bonsai. I think it's a California Wonder. It's just 2 leaves.
We're starting. Try to bonsai.
Yeah, and there's its pot.
Oh, hey, that's an awesome pot. Didn't you make that with the 3D printer?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty certain this is a California Wonder.
I'm gonna have to look for a cool one to use for a bonsai pot, but not for a bonsai, but just for a small pepper plant. If not this year, inside next year, I'm gonna use this. One of my friends gave me this in like high school. Like she got it from like one of her friends' like parents had a antique mall, and like she just randomly brought this to me one day and was like, "I think you would like this." And I was like, "I definitely do." And it's just a sweet little planter. It's not like a very big one, but it would hold a little ornamental variety or something. I think it would look cool with one of those smaller ones that get just covered up with pods sticking straight up.
You could stick a Reaper in there in memory of the guy that vaped a Reaper.
Well, a Reaper wouldn't do so good in that because it's a very small pot. I would go with something small. Honestly, the Candlelight Mutant that I'm going to grow next season, I'll probably put one of those because they only get like 6 inches tall. So I think that would be a perfect size pot for one of those candlelight meetings. And they also look just crazy. So that would be cool
Here's
looking.
here's another eBay Reaper that I found in a container. We're probably gonna turn it into a Franken pepper because it's got a good rootstock. It's nice and woody.
We didn't plant it there. It came up on its own. Somehow the seed must have got put in there or something. I had lavender sowed in there and it didn't come up.
I'm going to cut open this Staracha pumpkin.
Oh,
I might eat half of it. I'll probably eat a quarter of it first and see, because I've had these vary. Some of them are hot, some of them aren't too bad.
what is it crossed with?
I don't know what the cross of the Staracha pumpkin is. It's got a really good smell to it. That one side. There we go. That's the inside of it, though.
Ooh, wait! I just had a pepper burnt, and I could taste the like a like a habanero type.
It came apart. It's got a fairly thick wall to it. Like medium thick. It's got some oiliness to the inside of it. Not the most, but I guess it's just more shiny than anything. I'm gonna scrape out some seeds and I'll just like cut a quarter of it off first.
What is this? What did it smell like when you cut it open?
It's got like a citrusy habanero smell to it.
Oh, ooh. For some reason, I feel like that pepper is going to be really hot.
Well, it looks like it would be really hot. They usually aren't too bad. I've eaten a good handful of them this season. I'm just trying to get some seeds out. I think I've only maybe saved seeds from like one pod. And these this pheno doesn't have a whole lot of seeds. Out of that side, I only got like 7 seeds, and it's a fairly large pepper to only get that many out of half. Here, I'll take the side that has more of the placenta and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's got a really good sweet flavor to it. Very, very sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat the other quarter. It has some heat, but it's not very hot. It's got a really good like almost a Scotch bonnet flavor. I'm sure, knowing Kang, it's got Scotch bonnet in there somewhere in the genetics, but definitely not your typical habanero. Has a really, really good flavor. Right around habanero level heat, though. It's nothing crazy, but it has a good punch to it. The heat's just kind of leveling out around where it started. It didn't really go anywhere, and I don't really feel like it's going anywhere. It's just like as soon as the heat kicked in, it was one heat and doesn't really seem to climb. Maybe a little bit building, but not much.
Can you pick up any type of other flavor than a habanero?
Yeah, definitely. It's got like more of a citrusy tone to it and like fruitiness.
Oh, cool.
Like I said, it's got more of like a Scotch bonnet type flavor. and low-level habanero heat.
Maybe he crossed it with a yellow MOA and a habanero.
That might be. I'm sure that it's in his videos. Usually he goes over the history of what the parents are. I just can't remember that one. I just happened to remember when I went out there to pick that Stargazer that the Stargazer is the cross of the white tie and the Staracha Hornet to make that, which even though it looks mostly like the white tie, it's because I think the white tie was the parent. But those Stargazers are hot. They're much, much hotter than the white ties are. I'll try that one here in a little bit.
Hey, BD,
Yeah.
here's a Bertha. Here's a Bertha. We just went and picked it off. It's almost completely ripe.
Oh yeah, that's a big pepper.
Yeah, that one's pretty big.
I seen them at Home Depot. They got all these like new like mini plant starts down here. Like they got like the Big Bertha and lunchbox peppers and different like milder varieties.
From what I understand, I'm pretty certain that the Big Bertha is a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
From what I was reading, I'm pretty certain it's a hybrid. I could be wrong on that.
It is a hybrid.
We were still thinking of growing out some of the seeds just to see if we could maybe stabilize it.
I wonder what do they do for the hybrid? Because usually whenever people make hybrids purposely, it's because they want a specific trait from one to mix with another.
Yeah, I think those Big Berthas are probably stabilized. They've been around for a long time, but it is a hybrid bell pepper. It's like there's different hybrid tomato varieties and stuff. They're stable. They're just hybrids because that's what they are.
I figured they would class it as open pollinated if it was stable.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it right now. It says the reason why it's a hybrid is because they bred it to be disease resistant. And what else they got? Yeah, that's basically what it says. It says they bred that pepper out to be disease resistant. Did you guys have to stake that pepper? Like
We caged it.
Oh, caged it? Oh, okay, okay. That's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some people, they have like chicken wire and they like wrapped it around the plant. Because if you have a bunch of those tomato cages, that can add up. If you got like 50 plants, you got to get a bunch of them things.
We made our own one.
Yeah, we made our own using wire, not chicken wire. I think it's more fencing wire.
Oh, cool. Hey, can you maybe like this week or something? Could you guys maybe take a picture of it? I'd like to check that out. Maybe I can make something like that too.
Oh yeah, we can.
It's on video. It's on some of our videos. Okay. You gonna show it?
Yeah, I'll show it.
I'll wash my seeds.
So,
They'll
here's one half of it from the inside.
They're really good if you like to stuff bell peppers.
Oh yeah, I like those with like you can put like rice or like ground pork or ground beef in it or something. Or I think you guys said you put potatoes in it.
Yep, I put mashed potatoes. I don't eat any hamburger or ground meat, but I love them with mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Do what, Jess?
I wonder if those are like are those sweet or?
Oh yeah, they're sweet.
They're good. They're crunchy.
Now, Our plant had the problem of dropping buds whenever the weather was up in the
Yeah.
hundreds. So it didn't really start putting on until the heat had cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people said too, whenever the buds are dropping like that too, it could be from a bunch of different things. But if you guys said it was in the 100 degrees, yeah, that's probably why. Was it in a container or in ground?
In ground.
Oh, okay. Do you guys water yours like just by hand or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna do any type of irrigation or anything like that. Maybe if I get over like 100 plants or something.
Excuse me.
See, these things have a nice, they got a nice thick skin. Nice and juicy. And sweet. Mm.
Oh yeah, those sound awesome. Do you guys like them? Can you eat them preferred like green or red?
Both.
You can eat them both.
Oh, okay.
I prefer them green.
And I prefer them red.
You know what's weird? Down here in Florida, they charge more at the markets for colored bell peppers. Like if you got like an orange, yellow, or red, it's more than a green one. Because they said that the green ones they pick quicker, and then the colored peppers spend longer time on the plant, so they use more of the farmer's property time and stuff like that. So that's why they're a little bit more.
Yeah. It takes a long time for a bell pepper to ripen.
Yeah, so that's I never really realized that they when you go to like the store, it costs almost double for the different colored varieties.
Yeah,
It
they take a
took
really long
forever
time.
to
And
get that first ripening.
with bell peppers, even if it's a highly productive plant, there aren't that many in comparison to other types of peppers. And not everyone's going to be a nice looking bell because they have a certain like size that they try to fit to like be able to sell them. So I'm sure that the farmers end up throwing away tons of smaller runts because that's the way almost any bell pepper plant I've ever seen, even ones that people have grown good that grow nice, there's always a bunch of smaller ones. And when you go to the store, they're all pretty much about the same size. You don't see any real small ones.
We got plenty of small ones out there on the plant.
Yeah.
Unless you're growing like those like little mini lunchbox like snacking peppers, like they sell them at like the store, like in a bag. They're like little small bell peppers, like long ones. What were they called, Rob? We were talking.
They just call them sweet peppers, but I have heard there's like I think a name for that type of pepper.
I know at Home Depot and stuff they call them lunchbox peppers.
Yeah, I have the yellow, orange, and red ones of those.
Yeah, those are good too.
My stomach's messed up.
Those are delicious. They're very, very sweet. It's not a super sweet pepper for just like eating, but for cooking with or doing anything with, they're really good. They have a lot of sweetness.
Julian said he only got one regular sized bell on 4 plants.
Yeah. Bells are hard to grow. I had that discussion with Brando one day. Brando can actually grow some decent bells, but that's like a true accomplishment if you can grow like good bell peppers, because they're really hard to grow. I mean, hot peppers, if you give them what they want, they'll grow good, but bell peppers are a lot more picky, and they really need like the perfect everything to get like good sized ones.
Yeah, I think they demand a lot of constant, like water, like not drenched, but enough to intake without being, drowned out.
Yeah, they do wilt really easily, and when they get wilty, then the pods aren't sucking up any moisture and they aren't getting any bigger.
I think if I'm gonna grow bell peppers next year, like I might look around. I'm not gonna grow like something you can get at like your grocery store. I want to grow like an expensive bell pepper variety where like it'd be worth the time and effort you put into it, even if you got a couple, like some type of cool bell pepper variety, like that you don't find.
I've got a good handful of seed packs of some like cooler, different bell peppers. I've even got chocolate bell peppers.
I never
I
had
got some of those.
before. I never had a chocolate bell ever. I never seen one either.
Yeah, I think next year I'm going to make it a point to grow some good bells, but I'm probably going to do it in containers, because in containers I can take care of them a lot better than in the ground. Just when I do it in the ground, I always have the same not good results. So
I've heard that with containers, with varieties like that, it forces the plant to produce pods rather than concentrating on growing more because the space is confined.
well, I would just do it in like 5-gallon buckets or something.
Yeah, like you see, like Jay, he got like a 25-gallon container or something like that, and he got.
I'm not gonna baby bell peppers that much. But
I've seen purple bells and all types of cool looking ones.
yeah, I'm not sure.
I think the guy that you were.
They're somewhere. I have seeds somewhere. I was gonna try and look for them, but
I'm just curious if different varieties of those have a better flavor, or something that you would enjoy more than a basic one.
yeah, there's definitely some ones that have better flavor. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's these like red ones that have kind of an apple flavor to them. Some of the yellow ones can be really good too, but not just like your typical yellow bell. Uh, there's a bunch of different varieties. There's tons of bell peppers.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree with you, Julian, too, man. He said the reason why he grew a lot of stuff that you can find at the store is so he didn't have to spend the money and buy them at the store. Yeah, I go through a lot, bro, like buying even jalapenos at the store, man. Like I go through so many of those and buying bell peppers and like all types of stuff. So I would like to grow maybe some at my house, to have some fresh whenever I want to pick them.
Jalapenos are easy to grow, and they can grow pretty good. If they're cared for, they can get pretty big, and they'll produce a bunch. That's something I always grow, and I'll grow more jalapenos next year. I say that every year, I think, and I never can grow more than I go through. I always grow enough, but I never grow more than I can go through. Uh, I do a lot of pickling, but then again, I can go through them so fast. I would really need like a pantry of like 30 jars of pickled jalapenos to make it through like the winter just comfortably, because I can just eat those things all the time. I put them on sandwiches,
Oh yeah,
pizza, and whatever.
Now,
Plus, the other thing I like to do, which you can go through a whole bunch real fast, is making poppers. I mean, you really like a good like harvest to make enough poppers to be worth like making it. And then first time that I did it was this year, but I took a bunch of the red ones and then smoked them and made chipotle powder, and that turned out amazing. I'll definitely do that with more of them next year.
Yeah, hey, Rob had some awesome smoked habanero powder. I don't know if I told people, but I took like a tablespoon of that and I put it into store-bought salsa, and it made it taste so good that I ate like half the jar just because.
That's the chipotle powder that
Yeah,
I made.
that's the smoked jalapeno.
Yeah, which that's what chipotle peppers are. Which I know that a lot of people know that, but there's also every day that I hear somebody say that they didn't know that, it surprises me. But
Yeah, yeah, you know.
chipotle pepper is a smoked red dried jalapeno.
Yep.
And then this is the smoked habanero. I got a whole pint of that. I really wait. Did I say jalapeno? The habanero, smoked habanero, orange habanero. And that one's awesome. And then all the reapers that I smoked the other day didn't make as much powder as I would have hoped for, but it's still a decent amount. And this one I haven't tried yet, but I imagine it's going to just be pure evil. This is smoked chocolate bootleg DM.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. I wonder, bro. I'm curious. I wonder if the heat would keep building like crazy, like with the Bootla DM powder rather than a fresh pod.
I don't know. But you know those gnarly scorpions that I had? They're like golf ball looking with like all placenta on the inside.
Scorpion, not the green.
They're like big rounded scorpions with like just all placenta. Hang on, I've got a picture. I don't know if I have pictures of just those like by themselves, but I know I took a picture of them on like a dehydrator tray, all cut open. Let me look.
Hey, Rob Z said someone came in his store and gave him a gallon-sized bag of fresh jalapenos.
Dang,
That's awesome.
I would make a bunch of jars of pickled.
He said it. Yeah, he said he's making some pickled ones. I think.
Yeah,
There's some poppers.
don't do them whole because I mean, I do love pickled jalapenos whole. If you want some for that, just to like grab out of the jar and munch on, that's good. But my favorite way to pickle jalapenos is just take them and just start at the tip and just cut it into slices the whole way up the length of the pepper. So you have those nice like jalapeno rings, and you get a lot of little rings off each pepper. Plus, they fill up space in the jar better, so you can fit more in a jar versus just putting them in their whole. And again, like I said, it's just better to space them out so you aren't just having like one jalapeno and then denting the jar. Like you can have like some slices on something. It makes it go longer, last longer. These are those scorpions, though. I don't have a picture, at least not that I can easily find, of them not cut open and laying upward, but that's what they look like. They're just, I mean, solid placenta, like the entire walls. And you can see, like, the outside of the pepper is very bright red, and the inside of them is very, very orange. Those things are lethal.
Yeah, man.
And, but I had some of this. I'd smoked. That was some that I just dried by themselves, and I'm gonna make a powder of them just by themselves, not smoked. But I smoked a bunch of them and made this one with that. And I had some of this earlier today, and had on like I made a couple hot dogs, and on the bun I put like mayo, and then where I spread the mayo, I just sprinkled a whole bunch of that on there. And I'm not gonna lie, like that almost gave me stomach cramps just like using that powder on it. I know it was like the first thing I had eaten today. It was like a like early lunch, late breakfast before I went out and went fishing. But just eating two hot dogs with like that sprinkled all over the inside of the bun like almost gave me stomach cramps. I could feel the like onset of cramps, but they never came on. So that stuff's definitely hot. Smoked powders are awesome, though. That's like one of my favorite things. I don't like it on everything, but it's really good on some stuff.
Yeah, I guess you guys want to wrap it up. It's getting a little bit late.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do your outros, or
I guess I'll go first. I'm Rob Blumberg. You can find me either here or on Charles P's channel on Sundays for our Talk Time Live with Three Pepper Guys, and as of recently on Mondays as well on Charles's channel for the Meetups Live until whenever Rev comes back from his break for a little bit. And that's about it. Find me in the PLC on Google Plus until Google Plus blows up. And then I guess you can look for me on.
all right. I'm BD Beats. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and with our special guest Soaps and Suds. I appreciate you guys for joining us. And hey, thanks, Rob, the real Rob Z. Hit the like button too if you haven't already. We did like a little bit later live stream tonight, but we wanted to try some pods for you guys. But tomorrow we have the Monday night live stream. It will be on Charles's channel?
Yep.
Yep, Charles' channel.
And since I didn't try the Stargazer or the White Tie or anything, I'll just save those for tomorrow. I just realized it was getting late and there wasn't a whole lot of point in like going through like 3 more peppers right now.
Yeah, I should have something tomorrow. Maybe I'll check see what I got tomorrow. Maybe I could eat.
I might come up with a few more things, I'm sure. It was hard in the dark to like look around those big bushy plants and try and find peppers.
Yep.
Well,
you can, oh yeah. If you want to guys do your outro.
you want to tell them about it? Your channel?
Yeah, we've got a YouTube channel. Of course, Soaps and Suds and such. If you want to check it out, a lot of soaping, a lot of 3D printing,
Gardening,
everything, gardening, bees, herbs, teas, you name it. I try to teach people what I know about herbs and how to make soap or make your own bath and body products, creams, lotions, salves, whatever. Just a mixture. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Trying to think what else. Tumblr.
I don't know.
Everything, every social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
And thanks for having us on tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming and being a part of it.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it, especially for trying the peppers live. That was cool too. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I missed the Scotch bonnet, but I assume that one tasted good and was hot.
I think you ate the whole pod, right? Or 3/4 of it, right?
I ate quite a bit
You
of
ate
it.
half of it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and until next
Hope
time.
everybody has a good rest of your evening.
Next time we'll be on Charles's channel, like usual. So yeah, everyone have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Monday live stream.
Later.
All right, everyone. Later.